After nearly 20 years off the board, I'm back skating again in my 30s. Today, I challenged myself to see how many flat ground tricks I can land in one session to see where my progress is at. And no, I don't count that. First up, the basics. I almost always start with the same tricks to warm up. The tricks that I do are ollies, frontside and backside 180s, and frontside and backside pop shoves. I make sure to warm up in every stance, so that's regular, fakie, switch, and nollie. These are tricks that I can usually land within a couple tries, but are building blocks to most of the other tricks that I want to do. Before even trying anything more difficult, I will be used to rotating and popping from every single stance, landing in every single direction, and it really works for me. I really recommend finding a warm-up routine that works for you so that you can build the confidence at the beginning of your session that you have some makes and some lands before you start trying things that are definitely a little bit more difficult. My warm-up session usually takes me about 10 minutes to get through. Next, it's time for my favorite, the flip tricks. There's a wide variety in my consistency with a lot of these tricks. Some of them I have super dialed in, like the kickflip or the half cab flip, and I can usually get them first try. But some of them are super frustrating, and I can only land them seemingly at random, like the tray flip or the switch flip. Interestingly, my bag of tricks now is pretty different than when I first skated 20 years ago. For example, I couldn't even do backside flips or varial heels before, but those are some of my most consistent tricks now, and I regularly pull them out in a game of skate. This is just to say, if you're skating again for the first time in a long time, try different things. While I do want to learn a bunch of new tricks, I'm really trying to dial in my consistency with the tricks that I do now, so that I can bring them to other obstacles. I recently landed frontside flips and backside flips on hip for the first time, and that was like one of the best feelings ever. Obviously in this session, I wasn't able to land everything that I can do or ever have landed. For example, today fakie heels and half cab heels just weren't feeling right, even though usually if I sit down for a while and try, I can land them both. While it might not seem like much, I'm actually super stoked with this progress. I think this is probably the first time in my life I've landed a switch flip and a switch heel in the same day. And I also added a tray flip and frontside flip to that, two things that I've been working on. After the flip tricks, I went for a few other tricks that I knew I could land. Nollie big spin, fakie big spin. These are some of my go-to tricks that I can pull out basically at any time. But there's a lot of weird stuff that I can do, like a pop shove tail grab, that I could have included if I had thought of them in the moment. I've been working on a few other tricks, like these frontside and backside heels. I'm getting pretty close to them when I don't absolutely flick air. I've also been working on the nollie flip. I tried it for like 15 minutes today. I couldn't get it even though I got so close so many times. I've landed nollie flips before, but I really wanted to get a kickflip in all four stances because I don't think I've ever done that before in one day, and I guess I still haven't, so I'll keep trying on that. The nollie varial flip is weirdly easier to flip than the nollie flip. Seriously, try it out if you can't nollie flip. I only tried this a few times though because limited time. And similar to the nollie flip, the switch varial flip is also easier to flip than the switch flip, so just try it out, see if it works for you. Alright, cool, that's it for today. I'm pretty stoked with my progress. Let me know in the comments if there's a trick I should try next, or if any of you are getting back into skating too and how it's going for you. These are some other clips from recently that I mentioned earlier in the video. Peace.